Authorities in North Carolina have released surveillance video of the unprovoked murder of a woman on a Charlotte commuter train.
There needs to be change.
We are not showing the attack, but moments after this video was taken, 23-year-old Irina Zarutska took a seat in front of the man on the right in the red hoodie and began scrolling on her phone. After a few minutes, police say the man identified as 34-year-old DeCarlos Brown took out a pocket knife, stood up, and stabbed Zarutska several times. Passengers rushed to help her, but it was too late.
Very alarming as a woman who rides solo. People have harassed other people. You can tell that they're probably not mentally well.
Brown was arrested after stepping off the train and faces first-degree murder charges. He has more than a dozen convictions dating back to 2014. His own mother says this tragedy could have been prevented. She says after he served 5 years in prison for armed robbery, Brown began to behave strangely. She says she got an involuntary commitment order and he was placed under psychiatric monitoring, diagnosed with schizophrenia. But she says he got so aggressive, she had to kick him out of her house. Earlier this year, he called 911, making what police describe as paranoid claims. A judge ordered a competency evaluation, but he remained a free man. The case highlighting challenges in the judicial system when it comes to mental health. A retired judge saying resources are spread too thin. As for Zarutska, her family says she was a talented young artist who had come to the U.S. to flee the war in her home country of Ukraine. And Charlotte's mayor is pushing for more investment in mental health resources. Officials say one major issue is that standards for involuntary commitment are complex and can take years to navigate. Authorities in North Carolina have...
Yeah, mental illness is a big problem in this country. I've been saying that for years. Yeah, you should know that. I'm pretty sure half the people, most of you hang around, show signs of mental illness. I mean, literally. I mean, you can see it and listen to it in the conversation. I heard about this story Saturday night, and the story wasn't getting any traction. I heard it from a Black conservative perspective. I heard it on his channel, and the reason why it resonated with me because we went to the Atlanta Tampa game Sunday in Atlanta, and it was our first time riding the MARTA. One of my coworkers telling me it's best to catch the MARTA instead of driving all the way into Atlanta and dealing with the traffic. And the first time we got on probably about a minute after we got on the train, me and my wife, we sitting there, and I got noticed this guy just staring at me. He was sitting up in front. He was just staring. I said, why this dude just staring at me? You know, so I just let it go. I ain't paying no attention. Then we got halfway into the ride, and my wife knows, she said, this guy just staring at her. I said, yeah, I know. I said, well, just don't worry about it. And it's just crazy. And he looked kind of off. And, you see all these stories, especially I watch a lot of videos on subways in New York, and you see this type of stuff all the time. And consider it was my first time riding a train in Atlanta, and I had to deal with that. Obviously nothing happened to it, but just a simple fact. You experience crazy stuff like that on that train, especially when you sitting face away from everybody behind you. You're pretty much defenseless. I just hate to see a young 23-year-old woman lose her life over some senseless, over something she have absolutely no control of. Don't know what happened. All I know, she just saw herself getting attacked. And believe it or not, I know a lot of people was wondering why nobody help. You'll be amazed when you on one of them trains, you are oblivious to everything around you. I can't remember anything on that train. The only thing I can remember was that guy staring at me. I couldn't tell you who sat beside us. I couldn't tell you no conversation, because when you get on that train, you mainly concentrate on the person you with, if you're with somebody. And if you're not, you're probably on your phone. You're not paying attention to anything. When something happens, you ain't gonna know until after it happened. So there's pretty much nothing you can do unless there's a big commotion before something happens. Because I couldn't tell you anything about that train ride, going and backwards. The only reason I remember one guy on the way back, because I had to ask him where did we get off, because I didn't know where we got off to go back to get to our car. But the point is, this guy obviously had mental problems. You can tell why he was sitting there. He wasn't right. Why he attacked that woman, I'm pretty sure, hopefully they'll find out when he get interrogated. And I see he's been charged federally. I guess because it's on public transportation, I guess. Okay, I don't understand why he's getting charged with a federal crime. But when I heard that the guy's been arrested, 12 14 times and still on the street. Oh, I knew that was a Democratic state. And I knew the person who let him out the last time, I knew it had to be a woman, and I knew she had to be black. And sure enough, she was. You know, it's just a tragedy. I mean, it destroys everywhere now. Saturday night, it wasn't anywhere. I just heard it from that one guy, black conservative perspective. It's everywhere now. I'm pretty sure everybody heard about this story. It's bad though. You hate to see someone lose their life at a young age. Now I'm a little older now. Me and my wife, we're older. We think back on our whole life, all the good times and all the bad. I wouldn't change for nothing because I done made it to this age. You know, it's a blessing to get older in life and you can look back on your life. But this poor lady, 23 years old. And that seemed to be the norm, the way out the young generation is going now. 12 to 25. A lot of them not even making it to 25. I mean, man, life is precious, and whether it's good, you're struggling, or whether you're not, it's best to be here than to not. I mean, I just hate this happened to this lady. She left a war-torn country to get away from war, to come over here and lose her life. So basically, the United States isn't any better than where she came from and what they're dealing with now. This country is in terrible shape right now. I mean, the people are just, I mean, mental illness is a serious problem. I tell people, when I evaluate people to myself, and I see how they act and how they carry themselves, everybody has some kind of form of mental illness. I mean, you can look at some of my videos. I've been saying this for the longest. You just stop talking and just stop and evaluate people. Just listen to how they carry themselves. Mental illness is a serious thing. You know, I just hate to see this poor lady lose her life. And being armed in that situation, it wouldn't have helped her because this dude was sitting behind her. You know, I listened to this guy T Electric. He's another good one on YouTube that y'all gonna might want to check out. He's in Detroit, and they're always talking about being armed and always caring. And I guess you're really gonna have to live that life like that. And sometimes I carry mine, and sometimes I don't. You know, sometimes I have a little false sense of safety because out here where I live, you know, nothing ever goes on, and I never carry it. I can't carry it to work. And, you know, if you make stops after you get off work, I mean, you don't have it. So I'm kind of like slipping when it comes to carrying mine. But I feel sorry for the lady. For the most part, I just want people to live a long life, just experience the world, get out, go places, do things, and be happy. But a lot of people today just unhappy. And like I'm thinking that the mother said the guy was in prison for 5 years for I guess what you say, armed robbery. So maybe prison just took him over the edge and he just could never recover mentally. Yeah, I feel sorry for the lady. I'm pretty sure she thought she had to escape all the types of harm that she probably would have endured over in Ukraine just to come over here and have this happen to her. It is a tragedy. Well, I hope something can be done about this now. People start taking this seriously. I know resources are probably stretched to the limit because there are a lot of mental illness out there in this world, but hopefully something good will come from this. But let me know what you think in the comment section. If you haven't seen the video, the story, go watch the story. It's a bad one. It's tragic. Like the video and share the video and subscribe, please. And I'll catch you on the next one.